Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to my YouTube video where today we'll be learning the rest of the four classes under the phylum Chordata. Okay, so the three phylum which we have three classes of phylum Chordata which we have seen is Cyclostomata and Chondrichthyes and Osteates. We have seen their characteristics. Okay, now rest comes under the Tetrapoda. Okay, that is the superclass of the Gnathostomata. Okay, that is the superclass of the Gnathostoma, and which comes under the division of phylum, division of Chordata. Okay, that is vertebrata. Okay, so we will see the fourth class, Amphibia. Class Amphibia. Amphibian itself means the dual life. Okay, dual life where amphibian are represented to those group of organisms which lives in aquatic and terrestrial place both. Okay, they live their life in terrestrial area and they go to aquatic region they go to aquatic habitat for in search of food or for fertilization, for reproduction. Okay, so they are dependent on both the aquatic and terrestrial life. So they live in both habitats. And mostly they have two pairs of limbs. They have two pairs of limbs and body is divided into head and trunk. And some of the amphibians, they also possess tail. Okay, some they also have tails. And they have moist skin with no scales. Okay, and their eyes have eyelids and ears. For ears they have tympanum. So tympanum is a eardrum, a membranous sheet which represents the ear in amphibian. Okay, and the alimentary canal, urinary tract, reproductive tract all opens in one opening. Okay, all opens in one common tract, that is called cloaca. Okay, cloaca is one opening, like in mammals we see that we have different tracts for different path. Like for reproductive organ we have different tract, different opening, and for urinary we have different opening, and for excreting undigested food we have different opening. But in case of amphibia they have one common opening. Common opening for alimentary tract, for reproductive tract, and for urinary tract. Okay, that is known as cloaca. And respiration, they respire through three different ways. When they are in water, they respire through gills. Some of the amphibians, they respire completely through gills in water, and in terrestrial area they respire through lungs, and during hibernation they respire through moist skin. Okay, and they have heart with three chambered heart. Okay, two auricle, one ventricle. Two auricle, one ventricle, three chambered heart. They are cold-blooded animals. Cold-blooded animals are also known as poikilotherms. And cold-blooded animals, they can't maintain their body's constant temperature, so that's why they need to hibernate or they need to estivate. Okay, and their sexes are separate, so that's why they need another individual, another mate for reproducing. Okay, so their fertilization is external. It means the male and the female, they release their gametes in the water body, and outside the body the fertilization takes place. Okay, and they are oviparous. Oviparous means they lay eggs and their development is indirect. Indirect means their life cycle has metamorphosis. They go through metamorphosis. First egg, then larva, then adult. Okay, so indirect development. The examples are: before represents Todd, Rana represents frog, hyena, tree frog, salamander, and Ichthyopus. Ichthyopus are some amphibians who resides in water body, completely in water body they reside. Okay. Now, please refer to the diagram in your textbook always, so that we can, you can understand how salamander looks like, how frogs they look like. Of course, you know how frogs look like. Ichthyopus are those limbless amphibians. So there are some snake-looking like animals. They are small in size. They don't have limbs, but they are amphibians. Okay. So we'll come to next class. That is reptilia. Reptilia itself means crawling or creeping. Okay, they drag their body on the ground and they creep and crawl. So mainly they are terrestrial. Mostly they are terrestrial, and body is covered with dry and conified skin, very tough skin. Okay, dry and tough skin, reptilia, and they have epidermal scales and scutes. So in snakes, crocodile, turtle, you must have seen their scales. Their body covering is very tough. Okay, conified skin, dry. Due to dryness, they are very tough, and epidermal scales and scutes are very tough covering, which protects them from any kind of injury. All right, and they don't have no external ear opening. So tympanum, that is inside, they have a membrane, eardrum membrane, tympanum, which acts as a ear. Okay, like how it was in amphibian. And it has two pairs of limbs. And heart is three-chambered. But in crocodile has four-chambered heart. That is an exceptional. Crocodile is a reptile. So crocodile has four-chambered heart. Okay, and they are poikilotherms. Poikilotherms means cold-blooded. Snakes and lizards, they have a special capacity of shedding their skins, which is known as a skin cast. Snakes and lizards, they can cast off their skin. Okay, and they have separate sexes. So that's why they need a different partner for fertilization, and fertilization is internal. That means male will insert the male gamete in female body, and the fertilization will take place inside. Oviparous, they lay eggs. Reptiles, they lay eggs, and their development is direct. From the egg, the young ones will come out. Okay, so that's why the development is direct. Okay, examples you can see. Examples are Chelone, which is a turtle. Testudo, which are tortoise. Chameleon. Calots. Calots are lizards. Crocodile. Alligator. Hemidactylus. Naja. Naja is a snake, cobra. Okay. And Bengaris is another poisonous snake. And Vipera is a viper poisonous snake. Okay. Whereas Hemidactylus is the name of a wall lizard, and these three are poisonous snakes. Okay. So next will come the next class, aves. 6 aves. So aves they have a very special feature, that is presence of feather, which enables them to fly. Okay. Except some of the birds which are flightless, such as ostrich and penguin, they are flightless, they cannot fly. Okay. And they possess beaks, forelimbs. So they also have 4 limbs, but this bottom limbs are called hind limbs and these are called forelimbs. In case of birds, in case of aves, these forelimbs are modified into wings. Okay. Forelimbs modified into wings to fly, whereas hind limbs are covered with scales for walking, swimming. Okay. So hind limbs are used for walking, swimming, and to grasp the branch of the tree. Alright. Skin is dry without any gland, like how in our skin we have sweat gland and oil gland. So, but they have oil gland only in the tail. Okay, tip of the tail or base of the tail. Only in that place. Rest other part of the skin, they don't have oil gland. And endoskeleton, that is the skeleton which is present inside the body, is completely ossified, made up of, means bony. Okay, bony. And another feature of their bones are their long bones are hollow. Means the density of the bone is very light, and due to that light weight of the bone, they can fly very easily. Okay. And with air cavity, which helps them to fly, with air cavity. Which we call hollow bones. See, hollow bones with air cavity is known as pneumatics. Now, digestive tract has additional chamber in case of aves. They have additional chambers known as crop and gizzard. Crop and gizzard is for grinding the food. Okay, since they don't have tooth. Okay, you can see that aves, birds, they have beak to pick the food, but they don't have teeth to grind the food. Have you ever seen birds chewing their food or grinding their food? No. So that's why, since they cannot grind their food with their mouth, so that's why they have this special feature, that is crop and gizzard, for grinding the food inside the digestive tract. So heart is 4-chambered. And they are warm-blooded animals. Warm-blooded animals, what is the difference? Warm-blooded animal is also known as homeotherms. So warm-blooded animals, they can maintain their body's temperature no matter whatever the temperature outside is. If the temperature is extremely cold, if the temperature is extremely hot, we can still maintain the same temperature. So warm-blooded animals. So birds are warm-blooded animals. And for respiration, they have lungs and air sac. Air sacs are alveoli, and their sexes are separate. So they search for mate for reproduction. They need another mate for reproduction, and fertilization is internal, where male releases the male gamete inside the female body, and they are oviparous. It means they lay egg, and their development is direct. That means from egg the young ones comes out, not the larva, okay, not the intermediate stage. The young one comes out, so that's why the development is direct. So example we will see: Corvus, Scrow, Columba is pigeon, and Psittacula is parrot, and Strutis is ostrich, Strutio. Pavo is peacock, and Actinolites is penguin, and Neophron is vulture. Now we'll come to the last class, that is mammals. Okay, so mammals, they live in varieties of habitat. Okay, you will find mammals in all the different types of habitat of terrestrial region, in mountains, in grasslands, in desert, everywhere you will find. And some mammals, they modify themselves according to the habitat, such as in water also. Okay, so some mammals are aquatic also, alright, and some mammals, they can fly also. So they live in variety of habitats. Some they modify to live in aquatic habitat, and also they can, and some they can fly. Okay, so they modify some mammals. And special feature of mammals, like how aves have special features such as feathers, mammals have mammary glands. Mammary glands are the glands which produces milk to feed the young ones. As mammals give birth to young ones, so they need to be feeded. So that is provided by the milk produced by the mammary glands. So it has 2 pairs of limbs. The purpose of these limbs are for walking, swimming, flying. And another special feature of mammals, they possess hair. The skin possesses hair. Skin possesses hair, and we have, as we are also mammals, we have external ear. The rest other group of animals, they don't have external ear. They have internal ear, which we were seeing in Amphibia and in Reptilia, which we call tympanum. Okay, whereas in human, or not only in human, in mammals, in all the other categories of mammals, we see external ear, which we call pinna. And we have different set of teeth: canines, molar, premolar, incisor. Mammals have heart with 4 chambers: 2 auricle, 2 ventricle. Right auricle deals with deoxygenated blood, and left auricle, left side of the heart, deals with the oxygenated blood. Mammals are homeotherms. Homeotherms means they are warm-blooded animals. Warm-blooded animals, we are repeating it again and again. Warm-blooded animals are what? The animals who can maintain their body's temperature constantly, irrespective of the temperature changes in the surrounding. In mammals, respiration takes place purely by lungs. So those mammals which are aquatic, they also have lungs. So to breathe, they need to come to the surface of the water and they breathe in, and then they go back inside the water. And they have adapted in such a way that they can breathe in lots of oxygen and can swim inside the water or dive inside the water for hours. Sexes are separate. That means we need two individuals to reproduce, okay, male and female, okay, and fertilization is internal. Internal fertilization, it means where male releases the male gamete in female reproductive organ and the fertilization takes place inside the female body. And mammals are viviparous. Viviparous means we give birth to young ones, alright? And the development is direct. Direct development refers to the absence of metamorphosis, where there is no stages of larval stage or pupal stage, okay? See the example. There is one exceptional case of mammal which is oviparous, which can lay egg. Example is platypus. Platypus is mammal, but it can lay egg. So this is an exceptional case. Rest the mammals, they give birth to young ones. So other viviparous example are macropus, macropus is kangaroo, pteropus is flying fox, camelus is camel, macaque is monkey, ratus is all a biological name, ratus for rat, canis for dog, felis for cat, elephas for elephant, equus for horse, delphinus for dolphin, Balinoptera for whale, and Panthera for tiger, lion, Panthera tigris for lion, Panthera leo for leopard. So here we conclude the class. If you have any doubt, please drop a message in WhatsApp. And as we complete this chapter, I request all of you to revise the chapter thoroughly. And in the next class, I'll be uploading the practice question paper. So please make sure you're doing it sincerely. Alright? Thank you and have a good day ahead.